Hello and welcome to the preview show from RamsTV. Derby County will try to make it back-to-back wins this afternoon and deal a blow to a potential playoff rival. They're hosting Shrewsbury Town at Pride Park Stadium in the side's first ever league meeting here. It's one of 12 games in League One today. And Morecambe host Bolton in the lunchtime game shortly. Fourth place Barnsley travel the Bristol Rovers at 3. Third place Ipswich host Burton Albion. Second place Plymouth host Charlton, and leaders Sheffield Wednesday welcome Peterborough to Hillsborough. Wycombe, the side leading the chasing pack for a playoff place, they're at home to Exeter. Well, if results go Derby's way, the Rams could be third in the table by the end of the day and just 5 points off the top two. Tuesday's win over Cheltenham here certainly helped settle a few nerves. We've been talking it through with assistant head coach Richie Barker.
I think the most important thing was the win. And I think obviously we would have all been disappointed had we not won the game. And I know that I spoke before the game about the expectations in some of the games that we play at Pride Park of people think, well, you should win games like that, and I do get that. We understand the expectations, but one of the things we often talk about is good teams don't lose 2 games in a row, and winning's a habit and losing's a habit. When you're in the winning habit, you've got to keep it. If you've lost a game, you need to ensure that doesn't become a habit. So the most important thing was the result. I thought in terms of the actual game, I thought box to box, I thought we were pretty good. I thought the pressing was good. I thought we limited them to very few chances. And I thought the way we moved the ball about was pretty good. However, certainly for the first half an hour, not enough creativity.
We've talked to you before about how your focus a lot of the time is on the defensive side of the game. And that was really where a lot of the success was built on over the last few weeks. So how pleased were you with getting another clean sheet? Yeah,
and that's good, not just in terms of doing the right things, but in terms of a confidence, in terms of ensuring that, we're trying to say that, look, the Barnsley game was a blip, and it's easy to say that, but you've got to prove it, and you've got to ensure that you get back to doing the right things again. And, when we talk about the defending, as we've mentioned before, defending comes right from the very top of the pitch. It comes from winning the ball back higher up the pitch. It comes from being organised. It comes from... It's not just the stuff that people see, which is, last-ditch tackles or clearances or stopping crosses. Defending works as a team right from the top of the pitch. So that was important that we won the ball back higher up. We were more organised. We sustained attacks. But from a confidence point of view, from the back four, and obviously from Joe's point of view, then, it was important that we just say, look, that is a blip, and we move on.
Let's look ahead to Saturday. Steve Cottrell was at the game on Tuesday night. Do you like to get out and see teams in person when you can? Yeah,
and it's no surprise that somebody who's been doing the job as long as he has taken the opportunity to come and watch us. That doesn't surprise me with him at all. He's a proper football person who's probably been a manager for nearly 25 years or something now. So his side are on a good run at the moment. Are they playoff contenders after the few weeks they've had now? I think they are, yeah. And bearing in mind, I don't know for exact, but I would imagine, I think they were in and around the relegation zone when Steve took over. So, in terms of the amount of time that he's been there, and now to go from relegation contenders to playoff contenders is an excellent job. Of which, by the way, we're not talking about a club with a bottomless pit here. We're talking about a League One club who have predominantly spent the last few years in the bottom half of the league. So he's done a great job, and yeah, they are absolutely the playoff contenders, because we keep saying that Peterborough are, or Portsmouth are, well, they're in the same place as them. So, and the run that they're on definitely means that if they can continue that, and it's going to be a really tough game.
Richie Barker on Shrewsbury there. Well, today's visitors have picked up 22 points from their 10 league games in 2023. Only Bolton have collected more since the turn of the year. Shrewsbury have only lost once in that run and saw a 6-game winning streak take them from 15th all the way up to 8th. Their path to the playoffs still looks tricky. They still have to play everyone above them in the final 13 games, but they've definitely given themselves a shot. And Shrewsbury now as close to the playoffs as Derby are to the automatic promotion positions. Every point vital, especially at this stage of the season. It's why the victory over Cheltenham on Tuesday was so important for the Rams. It also saw another clean sheet for Joe Wildsmith.
I think it was a good reaction from the boys, especially from Saturday. Just wanted to get that out of our system and come back with a good result, positive result, and good to get the win and a clean sheet, just for confidence all around the team, really.
The stats say that Cheltenham didn't have a shot on target, and I know it's not like you didn't have anything to do, but how difficult are nights like that when maybe you're not as busy as you sometimes are?
Yeah, a lot of concentration, a lot of talking with the back line. And it's just about sort of keeping that focus for them around me and for me myself. I feel like talking keeps me switched on, and just staying warm on cold nights, and yeah, ready for whatever gets thrown at me, if it does.
Is concentrations in that sort of sense, is that something you can work on in training? I guess it's not like reflexes stop shopping coming for crosses.
I think it can be worked on. It's hard to replicate in training, because realistically in training you're going to get worked quite often, so that you don't get cold. But it's just, I think, a mentality and a trying to keep little sort of, oh, I need to do that, I need to do this, rather than forgetting and drifting like mentally onto other things. I like to sort of organise and make sure that defenders are sort of 2v1 and getting people in and around, and me keeping those switched on helps to keep me switched on. So it's sort of a help mechanism for me to help them and to also help myself.
You lost on Saturday, you win on Tuesday. How different is the next training session after those results, or is it the same?
I'll tell you what, I thought training was lively today. Everyone's in good spirits. I wouldn't say that there was a massive dip after the game on Saturday, because we've got another game to focus on straight away, which was good, I think, for the team to sort of forget about that and focus on something else straight away. And to get the result that we did on Tuesday obviously tops that off and starts to bring a bit of that confidence back again. Because obviously we go down to Pride Park, and our record down there has been great this season. Everyone's got a lot of confidence playing at home, and hopefully we can replicate that again on Saturday.
You face Shrewsbury on Saturday. I always ask you guys about what you expect and what you're told in the meetings about the opposition. From your perspective, how specific does the preparation get for the team you're facing, maybe the strikers that you're facing? Yeah,
there's definitely preparation for us as well. I mean, for Shrewsbury, for example, we know that it's going to be quite direct. There's going to be a lot of crosses coming in. We know it's going to be physical, and it's just about getting our mentality and then sort of some visual replications of that in training. So today we've done a little bit more aerial stuff with the goalkeepers, and just sort of playing off second phases and making sure that we can do a lot of reaction stuff like through bodies, and well, we use mannequins, but yeah, it's the preparation's still there for whoever we're playing against as a goalkeeper. So yeah, we know it's going to be a tough game on Saturday. They're on a good run themselves. We know they're going to work hard, be physical and direct. So, but on the other hand, we know that they may sit off and make it difficult for us to break through, and that's nothing that we can't battle against, and nothing that we can't score against and get joy against. It's just about being patient on the ball and really being clinical when we do get them chances.
It's not so long ago that you went 6 wins in a row in the league. Is there a feeling that you can put another one of those runs together?
Yeah, the gaffer mentions it all the time about putting runs together. Promotion teams put runs together, and that's what it's all about. The drive is to put them runs together, and obviously the result of the weekend stopped that, but we've started another one again now on Tuesday night, and hopefully we can build on that again on Saturday.
That's Joe Wildsmith. Here's the League One table. Sheffield Wednesday have a 3-point lead and a game in hand at the top. Plymouth's advantage over Ipswich stands at 5 points. Derby are 8 points away from that second automatic promotion spot, and 7 clear of Wycombe, who are just outside the top 6. The gap between Shrewsbury and the playoffs stands at 8 points as well. At the bottom, Forest Green are the only team more than 1 result away from climbing out of the relegation zone. Accrington's games in hand could be important. Oxford, who sacked Carl Robinson last weekend, are only 5 points clear of the bottom 4. But we are concerned with things at the other end of the League One table today on RamsTV. And you can watch Derby County against Shrewsbury Town if you're an overseas viewer. With us, get your Game Pass at the website now, dcfc.co.uk. Matchday Live is with you from 2:30. Goodbye.
We're a supporters club we formed in 1995, which was originally formed to give advice and help to Derby County when they were proposing to move from the baseball ground to Pride Park. And what we do is we act as a critical friend for the club to enhance and facilitate disabled supporters' access, egress from the ground and their enjoyment of football. We meet monthly, normally the first Monday of every month, unless Derby County playing at home, we move it to the second Monday. And we are, but in some cases, maybe the only place that some of these disabled supporters go to outside of their house, especially in the evening. So we are a social club as well. We get people in from football backgrounds, so that's ex-players, current players. We've also got the mandatory bingo and raffle prizes, and we have a raffle every month, which raises a lot of money for the club. Currently, we're in the process of purchasing the transmitter for the audio descriptive commentary, which will enhance the experience of sight-impaired and blind supporters who will be able to hire or be able to access headphones, and they will have a separate commentary in relation to the football. It'll also be available to away supporters as well. Well, if you're disabled, access to the Disabled Club is free. We've got our own website, which is dcfc-official, and you can go on there. There's an application form on there, or you can get my name and address off the websites, and you can send me an application form. If you want to join as a family, then there is a £10 fee, but for disabled and an essential companion, free of charge.